So I had this sort of scary, strange experience today. It wasn't terribly scary, but just a little uncomfortable. So I did a workout, and at CrossFit 061 we do a hero WOD every Friday, which is really neat, I think. So if you don't know anything about CrossFit, hero WODs are workouts that are designed in honor of fallen military service, maybe even police, fire, ambulance people, I don't know. But this one this week was named after an Army captain, I think, just an Army officer named with the last name of Witten. May he rest in peace. He was killed in action, I think it was 2010. Anyhow, so they're notoriously long and hard, and they're designed to kind of keep you thinking, when you want to quit and when you're hurting, when you're sore and tired and you feel like you can't go on, to just kind of remember people who laid down their lives for others. And so they're kind of designed in that CrossFit mindset of, you push yourself. And I'm very cautious with that mindset. Like, I know my body and I know what I need to do and what I don't need to do. And so I don't have a, work out till you die mindset at all. And I would have to say that most CrossFitters use wisdom. So for those of you that would be critical of that, just so you understand, CrossFit is full of wise people who understand the issues and pay attention to their bodies and avoid injury, for sure. So I'm very conscientious of that. So for that today, I actually used a lower weight wall ball, and I used a lower weight kettlebell. I just used 35 pounds, and I did my step ups rather than jumping up, because I just kind of knew what I had in the tank today, which didn't feel like a lot, to be honest. So as I was kind of grinding through the workout, and I was keeping up there with the girls I usually keep up with, so I wasn't doing terribly by any means, but I definitely felt really tired, and I wondered, am I going to be able to finish this? And then, of course, in regular CrossFit style, I reminded myself, of course you're going to finish this. First of all, you've never had a do not finish or a DNF, but second of all, think about this soldier's family, and you're going to finish it if for no reason, for his mother, whoever she is. Hope she's well. But anyhow, so I finished the workout, and it was a little bit challenging, and at the very end, people were cheering me on, as it happens in CrossFit. I actually didn't finish in the time cap, but I went ahead and finished the workout anyway with my son Azariah nearby, and I was getting emotional, like I could even right now, and could feel myself starting to cry. Well, it's really bad when you start to cry when you are already, your heart rate's already 110, 120, whatever it is, and you're already, breathing 30 times a minute. So you start to cry, and you get that quote-unquote lump in your throat, right? And the feeling like you can't breathe. So I was consciously telling myself, don't cry, because you feel like you won't be able to breathe. Like, just calm down, and I don't know what kind of emotions you're experiencing right now for whatever reason. Maybe your blood sugar's low and you're just getting a little weepy. So, rein it in and get yourself under control. Well, it was interesting because I couldn't quite do that. I was like, okay, catch your breath. And I've had 2 babies at home with no pain meds. I've coached so many women through childbirth that I get it about your breathing, right? So I was telling myself, just rein it in, get yourself under control, and you're going to be just fine. Just give yourself a minute. And I just couldn't quite do it. And so I kind of walked around, because I also didn't want a bunch of attention on me. And I kind of walked around, and I found myself getting worse, not better, or what felt like worse, and I couldn't control it. And the more I felt like I couldn't catch a breath, the more anxious I got, and the more anxious I got, the more I couldn't catch a breath. And I was conscious of the fact that I am in a spiral here. I'm in a vicious circle, and I'm going to have to get out of it. So as I'm thinking, and this is all happening in like seconds, right? Like your thoughts. So I'm thinking, okay, well, we have a lot of people here that are first responders, police, fire, ambulance, medical people. Someone will get me an airway. So who can intubate me here? Like I'm literally thinking these things as I'm walking across the gym floor. And I did what you should do when you need to. And I went right up to somebody whom I trusted because she's a nurse and I know she gets it. And I just looked at her, I interrupted her conversation, and I said, I feel like I can't catch my breath. Now I'm saying this like through like labored breathing. And I said, I looked at her and I just asked her point blank, will you help me? And of course she will help me. So she just had me sit down. Meanwhile, I'm literally having what we call stridor. So if you don't know what stridor is, it's when you can actually hear, it's like a sound. Sorry, it's a little weird, but you can kind of hear the constriction of the airway for some reason. So I just sat down on her box and said, and I just listened to what she told me. And she told me to get a good breath, slow my breathing down, get a good breath in and let all the air out. Get another one in and all the air out. And as I began to slow my breathing down, conscientiously doing it, which of course I've coached many people through myself, I could feel what I'm pretty convinced was kind of a spasm here, bronchial spasm somewhere, bronchospasm. I felt it release, and that lump in my throat went away, and the less anxious I became, the more relaxed I became. And then as I began to think, I thought, oh my gosh, my airway was occluded. Then it would start to ramp up again, and I would tell myself, no, don't go there, just bring it back down. So I was able to relax, have my throat relaxed through that breathing. And it was interesting. I've only ever had that happen once in my life, and I was a teenager, and I ran up a sledding hill very fast after we were sledding, and just felt myself. I couldn't catch my breath. And it happened today, and it was a little bit disconcerting. So I'm still kind of processing it. I'm probably making it more of a big deal than it was. But that's what I do in general, kind of think through everything and see what lessons I learned and all of that.